Hey guys, Blue Delta Wolf here. This is Magic the Gathering 2014 and this is Bounce and Boon Sweet 60. It's the second Sweet 60 from the new two decks and it's pure white and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's all about bouncing and buffing. It's also very token oriented as well. So this is another difficult one to build because there's so many creatures and not many like instant spell cards and stuff, but in a way that's kind of what makes it easy to build because you just really have to concentrate on the creatures in your deck. So it's 60 cards as always, 31 creatures, which is a very high amount, only 5 other but 24 land. I recommend having at least 24, but I don't know what it is, but with mono-coloured decks, even though you'd think it would be easier to get land, it's kind of not. And I don't know why that is, but I just always seem to be land fucked on monocolor decks. So I put one extra land in there and I took one creature out. So this deck is going to be run like this. Oh yeah, there's the mana curve. Kind of a sweet mana curve actually. So 4 Soul Wardens. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield you gain 1 life. You need 3 of them at least. You're going to have a lot of... Basically it's like this. When Seacore Skyfisher, when he enters the battlefield, return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Now the idea of that is to always choose cards with effects that do something when they enter the battlefield, so you keep getting the effect over and over again. And of course every time a creature enters the battlefield you gain a life, and everything kind of synergizes really well. There's another one, White Mane Lion. When a creature enters the battlefield, when he enters the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. But this one is a permanent, so it doesn't have to be a creature. But this one has flash, so you can block with a creature, flash him in, and return it to your hand so it doesn't die. There's loads of options for that, it's really, really good. Gain 4 life, so you can keep returning it to your hand and playing it again, playing it again. Same for this one, get +1/1. This has flash as well. You can enchant a creature. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, enchanted creature gets +2/2 until the end of turn. So that's very, very good to put on your best cards because you're going to get a lot of creatures coming in and out and you get loads of 2/2s. Pacifism. You can return that back to your hand with the Lion card, the Core Sky Dancer card, and then summon it out on a different one. Blade Splicer, you keep summoning this card and getting 3/3 tokens. And all of your tokens that are golems get first strike. This card is beautiful, I love the artwork. As you guys know, I love my angel cards. Has the same effect, return a permanent to its owner's hand, but it's a bit stronger with flying. So you can put 2 of those in. You can keep summoning this to constantly tap creatures that don't untap during the next untap step. It's amazing. This one you can keep summoning it to get 1/1 white soldiers. And this time whenever a white creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. That's amazing. Really, really powerful. Gain 2 life every time you summon. This one's quite interesting. You exile it for a split second and then it comes straight back on the field. It has flash, but it has that effect there, like if you did it on, for example, Attended Knight. Even though it's only exiled for a split second, it comes back with another white 1/1 soldier. So I finally found a use for that card, which I'm really happy about, because it's got gorgeous artwork. I love it. Gain 2 life every time a creature comes into the battlefield. Valor, you need to make this guy die, so try and bring him up and then block with him and kill him off. When he's in your graveyard, all creatures you control, as long as you control the planes of course, they have first strike, so that's really strong. Whenever he comes into the battlefield, target opponent skips his or her next turn. Next combat phase I should say, so you can keep doing it over and over again, plus it's kind of like a defender. Light from Within, for each creature you control, each creature you control gets +1/1 for each white mana symbol in its mana cost. So for example, this guy would gain an extra 1/1, he would get 1/1, he would get 1/1, he would get another 2/2. So that's a very, very strong enchantment to have on the field. There's an even better one though. Archon of Redemption, 5 for 3/4. When he enters the battlefield or another creature with flying, you gain life equal to that creature's power. So obviously if you keep summoning other creatures, then you can keep getting life. You can get a sick amount of life with this deck, it's amazing. Glad to see Kithkins in this game finally. Haven't seen them only on paper really. But this guy, when you summon him, he gets 3/1/1 Kithkins, so you can keep doing it over and over again. But if you tap 3 untapped Kithkins, he gets a +2/+0 and flying till the end of turn. Whenever a creature, this is the best enchantment in the deck by far, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. It's so strong. I've had creatures up to 30 with this, all of my creatures, it's amazing. Sun Titan, I love the Titan cards. Glad to see a return of this one. It costs 6 for a 6/6. That alone is, fair, but it has vigilance, and whenever he attacks or enters the battlefield, you may return target permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That has so many uses. Sunblast Angel, amazing card. Just wait till the enemy attacks with everything, summon her next turn, and just destroy all of them. So she destroys tapped creatures. Try not to tap your own when you summon it though. This guy gets 3/1/1s on the field. It's also the picture of the deck. Really, really strong. All soldier creatures also get vigilance and 1/1. Herbis Protector, never seen this card before, it's gorgeous. It's only a 1/1, it costs 6, but you get a 4/4 angel every time you summon it. So you keep resummoning it to get loads of 4/4 angels. And the final card is Gold Knight Redeemer. It's 6 for a 4/4, flying, and you gain 2 life for each creature you control. Now this deck has amazing token generation, so this can be huge. Although this isn't the best card in the deck. It's good, I like angels, I wanted it in there, but it isn't the strongest angel in the deck. So there's a very, very well-rounded creature token generating, life generating, lots of different fun things you can do with this deck. It is strong, but it does struggle against the other mono white decks. I don't know why, but it just does. I struggle with them. So the cards I didn't run: Oblation. The owner of target non-land permanent shuffles it into his or library, then draws 2 cards. I don't really need to do that for 2 cards, and I wouldn't want the opponent to get 2 cards either, so no, I'm not doing that. This one's Flash, Flying, and Fear. When it enters the battlefield, return 3 creatures you control to their owner's hands. Now, I wasn't going to run this when I first built the deck, before I tested it, but this does have a viability. If you run it quite fast and you've got lots of those cool creatures down, you can get all 3 of them. But it returns them to their hand, but not back to the field, so you have to resummon them all again, so it's not that good. I wasn't keen on that one. Could really have another one of those, actually. What would I take out? It's so tough to take out cards in this deck. Could probably take out one of the Armored Knights or one of the Hook Masters. It's really, really tough to take out creatures of this deck. Let's take out one of these. These are pretty shit, to be honest. So where was I? Proper Burial. Whenever a creature you control dies, you gain life equal to its toughness. Another great enchantment. Do you know, that could be worth putting in as well, to be honest. And what else can I take out? Let's take out the other one of those little dudes, because they're pretty pointless. Probably just ruined my deck now, but maybe not, I don't know. I'll take out one of them. There you go. We're getting there slowly, guys. This deck's always evolving, I think. That's very expensive. And it's just too much going on. It's very, I don't think it's suited the theme of the deck. Excuse me, I'm yawning here. Solemn Simulacrum. I was going to run this, but then I just thought, well, I mean, it's good because it's 4 for a 2/2 that gets land for you and draws cards. It's just difficult because there's so many creatures other creatures that I wanted to run. You could run one of each creature, I guess, but then there's no, So I left that one out as well. I love the mirrors. I had a colourless deck, full colourless deck of mirrors, and it was amazing. Haven't seen them in ages. That was on paper. and that's the only Mir card in the deck, so I didn't run it, but they work really well together. Do you know, I like this card that much, I'm going to put another one in and take out one of these little birds. There you go. So yeah, this isn't going very well. Sorry guys, I'm losing my concentration because I'm so tired. Yeah, I didn't run the Maze. I didn't run the Flicker Wisp because the Angel does the same thing at the beginning of the next end step. Oh, actually that's... This deck is evolving like hell. Yeah, I'll do it like that because that has the same effect as the Restoration Angel. I didn't read it properly before. Yeah, that's really, really strong. When Ancestors Chosen enters the battlefield, gain 1 life for each card in your graveyard. Another good card, but it does cost 7. Why is there 4 in there? I don't know. Only for 1 turn. I don't like them kind of cards. They're a bit annoying. There you go, guys. Welkin Guide, the final one. When he enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/2 and flying, but it costs 5 for a 2/2. So it's a little bit expensive for my liking. If that was like 3 or 4, maybe I'd run it. But that's a bit too expensive. So there you go, guys. There's Bounce and Boon. Amazing white deck. There's 3 white decks to play with now. Very, very strong. It's easy to evolve this deck into anything you want to make it, really. There's so many different choices. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped you guys. If it did, feel free to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.